Oh, typical diet, it's very similar because we live together. You know, I do most of the cooking, Jeff just sits around like, alpha male, sits on the couch, playing music, which is his favourite thing to do at home. We vary it. We go red meats occasionally one night and then flip across to some chicken, and I'm not much of a fish eater, but occasionally Jeff fries up some salmon, and you get a well balanced with your greens and your carbs.
It's quite tough adapting the nutrition when we go around the globe. Obviously, different countries, different cultures, different food types. But we have a kind of generic kind of rule of thumb. The closer we get to tournaments, the more carb heavy our meals will become, and sort of taking it back along the week, we try and sort of load up with more protein and healthy foods that we can get hold of. So generic things like broccoli and stuff like that. Just good fuel for the system and making sure that we're recovering right and that our muscles are replenished before the next day's training.
When we spoke to Matt leading up to the season, he spoke about cutting down our protein and really kicking in the carbs, 70% of that. So your pastas, your rices, stuff like that. 24 hours before tournament time, I think the boys go crazy because first of all, carbs give you a great sort of full stomach and you sleep really well. So the night before a game, the boys really go ham on the carbohydrates, which is cool.
Within tournaments, I think you can sort of have the fake energy, which is sort of the sugars, things like that, which just give you that boost that you need. But I think carbohydrates is probably the best source.
After the tournament, a lot of sleeping, and with that, your protein, rises. So after heavy tournament, you normally look to increase your proteins, your red meats, your chickens, things like that. Fish oils are really good for sort of like knocks and bruises and stuff, which is really good. So I do that. But to be honest with you, after tournament, it's also like a bit of a time. You got a week of just letting it go a little bit.
Phil makes great protein balls. He makes them up at home. He's got a great recipe.
Yeah, well, it's really a mixture of all sorts of things. You have a little bit of protein powder, sort of flax seeds, oats, honey, peanut butter, mix them all together. And then you can put them in the oven for a little bit, but really you don't have to even do that. Just put them in the fridge, cut them up, and then you can have them after that, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, I like biltong. So I know really around London now there's loads of places you can get biltong, and that's probably the best snack you can get for yourself. If you're working out and stuff like that, keep that around. It's obviously very high in salts and stuff, so keep yourself hydrated, but that's my number one.